Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, even when everything else seems fine? I'm a doctor who's spent the last 30 years working with seniors across the country. And I can tell you this, the first red flag of aging isn't your memory or your heart. It's your legs. It starts with something small. You feel a bit unsteady when getting out of bed. You take longer to walk to the kitchen. Stairs suddenly feel intimidating. And soon, your legs, the very things that carry your independence, feel like strangers to your body. Now, here's the twist. It's not always about aging. Sometimes it's about what's on your plate. More specifically, what you've been eating day after day thinking it was healthy. That's the trap. You're doing your best, you eat your vegetables, you follow what they told you was good for you. But what if some of those vegetables are quietly weakening your circulation, dulling your nerves, and draining your strength? I've seen it happen to countless patients, and I've seen how quickly their lives change for the better when they make just one small switch. So, if your legs have felt tired, heavy, or unreliable, if your balance isn't what it used to be, or if you've ever told yourself, I guess this is just old age, then hear me now. It doesn't have to be that way. You can live strong, you can walk confidently, and you can fight back, starting with what's on your plate. If that sounds like you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I read every one, and I want to know who I'm helping today. And if this message hits home, tap subscribe and turn on notifications so we never lose touch. Because today, we're going to expose 3 common vegetables that could be harming your legs, and 3 powerful foods that can bring strength and stability back into your life. Let's get started. Number 1. The starchy comfort that's silently draining your legs. Let's start with a vegetable that's been a dinner table staple in America for over 200 years. A food we often associate with warmth, comfort, and family, mashed, fried, roasted, baked. You already know what I'm talking about, the white potato. Now listen, I'm not here to ruin anyone's Thanksgiving. I'm here to warn you about what this innocent-looking starch can do to your legs after the age of 60. White potatoes have one serious problem. They break down into sugar faster than almost any other whole food. The glycemic index, a scale that measures how quickly food raises your blood, sugar puts white potatoes near the top, right up there with white bread and candy bars. And when blood sugar rises quickly, something dangerous happens. Your blood vessels get inflamed, especially the smallest, most delicate ones, the capillaries that feed your feet, your legs, your brain. Over time, those vessels stiffen, circulation slows, and the muscles that keep you standing, your calves, knees, ankles, start losing the oxygen and nutrients they need. Let me give you a real example. One of my patients, we'll call him Harold, was a retired truck driver. Tough guy. Never complained. But he came to me one day saying, "Doc, I keep waking up with cold, numb feet, and my knees lock up when I take the stairs." We ran tests. Nothing alarming, until I looked at his diet. Mashed potatoes, every single night, with butter, sour cream, and a side of sausage. Now, I'm not saying potatoes are poison, but at his age 72, the combination of high starch, saturated fat, and salt was slowly choking off blood flow to his legs. Here's what I told him. You don't have to give up comfort food, but you do have to stop letting comfort be the enemy of circulation. We swapped the mashed potatoes for a bowl of steamed broccoli. 2 weeks later, Harold came back. Feet warmer, knees looser, balance is more stable. Why? Because white potatoes offer very little protection. They're low in antioxidants. They don't fight inflammation. And when loaded with salt and fat, they amplify the very problems seniors are trying to avoid. So, ask yourself this. What are you feeding your legs tonight? If the answer is potatoes 5 nights a week, or more, that might explain the stiffness, the tingling, the slow walk you've been blaming on just getting older. Because after 60, it's no longer just about food. It's about fuel. What you eat either supports your legs or slowly shuts them down. Quick reminder, if this is hitting home, type yes in the comments right now. And if you've ever felt your legs giving out, Tell me when and how. I want to know. We're not done yet. The next vegetable, you've probably got it in your kitchen right now. And for people with joint pain or arthritis, it could be making everything worse. Let's go there. Number 2. The beautiful vegetable that betrays your joints. Now, let's talk about a vegetable that looks harmless, even beautiful, purple, shiny, served grilled, roasted, in pasta, stews, even dips. But for seniors with joint pain, nerve issues, or stiff legs, this vegetable may be making everything worse. It's eggplant. Yes, eggplant, also known as aubergine, a proud member of the nightshade family. And that's the key. Nightshades, which include white potatoes, tomatoes, and bell peppers, contain a natural chemical called solanine. Plants produce solanine to protect themselves from bugs. But in the human body, especially in aging bodies, it can act like a tiny saboteur. What does solanine do? It triggers low-grade inflammation in sensitive tissues like joints, nerves, and blood vessels. Not the dramatic kind that sends you to the ER, but the kind that quietly builds up, day after day. You wake up feeling stiff. Your knees don't bend the way they used to. You avoid stairs. You slow down. Not because you're tired, but because your legs don't feel trustworthy anymore. And here's the real danger. Most people think this is just normal aging. I had a patient, a retired piano teacher in her late 60s. Let's call her Nancy. She was active, mentally sharp, and took care of herself. But her hips ache every morning. Her balance was off. She stopped attending her weekly dance class, the one thing that brought her joy. She didn't realize that her healthy-looking grilled veggie sandwich, packed with roasted eggplant, was silently making things worse. When we eliminated eggplant from her diet for just 2 weeks, guess what? Less joint stiffness, easier movements. She went back to dance class smiling. Now, not everyone is sensitive to nightshades, but if you're over 60 and dealing with arthritis, back pain, nerve tingling, or mystery stiffness, you owe it to yourself to test it. Try cutting out eggplant for 10 to 14 days. Monitor your balance, your pain levels, your mornings. Because if your body is reacting to solanine, that one change could unlock a level of energy and flexibility you haven't felt in years. And if you're wondering, what do I eat instead? Don't worry, you've got options: zucchini, carrots, cauliflower, bok choy. These vegetables don't contain solanine, but they do contain the nutrients your muscles and joints need. This isn't about giving things up. It's about precision, giving your body foods that heal, not inflame. I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt stiffness or nerve pain in the morning? Type yes in the comments if that's you. And if you've already tried cutting nightshades before, share your results. You could help someone else. In the next part, we're going to expose another healthy-looking vegetable, one that's crunchy, green, and loaded with a hidden irritant that most people eat raw. Let's go deeper. Number 3. The crunchy green culprit behind gut inflammation and brain fog. Let's talk about one more vegetable that sneaks onto your plate with a smile. It's colorful. It's crunchy. It shows up in salads, stir-fries, wraps, even hospital food. You think it's helping you stay lean and healthy? But for many people over 60, green bell peppers are causing more harm than help. Let me say that again, green bell peppers. Why? Because they contain something most people don't even know exists: lectins. Lectins are natural plant proteins. Plants use them as defense mechanisms to keep insects and animals away. But here's the problem. In humans, especially in older adults, lectins can stick to the lining of the gut and cause low-level damage that's hard to detect but devastating over time. They don't cause pain at first, but they create tiny tears in your gut lining. This leads to a condition called leaky gut, where toxins, food particles, and bacteria slip into the bloodstream. Your immune system goes on high alert. Inflammation spreads, especially in joints and nerves. What does that feel like? Stiff ankles in the morning, trouble focusing, gas or bloating after a healthy meal, or feeling tired even after resting. This is not just aging. This is your gut's way of crying out for help. I once treated a retired school bus driver, let's call him Mark. He loved green bell peppers, ate them raw every day with hummus. He came to me with two complaints. His ankles were getting stiff, and his mind felt slower, not confused, just foggy. We ruled out major causes. I asked him to remove just one thing from his diet for 14 days, the green bell peppers. Guess what? Within 10 days, his digestion improved. He said his ankles felt lighter. His brain, he told me, felt clearer like a fog had lifted. And here's the crazy part. Green bell peppers are simply unripe red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. That's right, they're not fully developed, which means they contain more lectins and fewer antioxidants. The more colorful peppers, red, orange, bake it yellow, have matured longer, built more protective nutrients, and are easier on your gut. So here's my advice. If you're dealing with inflammation or stiff joints or brain fog, try cutting out green bell peppers for 2 weeks. Then switch to red or yellow bell peppers, or even lightly steamed vegetables like squash or carrots. This isn't about restriction. It's about precision and protection. Finding foods that support your gut, your mind, your movement. Let me ask you this. Have you ever eaten a salad and felt more bloated than before? Or noticed your joints acting up after a healthy veggie meal? Type yes in the comments if that sounds familiar. Because this next vegetable, it's not something to avoid, it's something to celebrate. One of the most powerful healing roots you can eat, especially after 60. Let's get to it. Number 4, the orange root that rebuilds vision, balance, and brain power. Let's shift gears now. We've talked about what to avoid. Now it's time to talk about what to DD. Because just as some foods silently weaken you, others quietly fortify you one bite at a time. And one of the most powerful healing vegetables often sitting right in your fridge is the humble, overlooked carrot. That's right, not kale, not avocado, just a simple orange carrot. Carrots are loaded with beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a nutrient that becomes more essential with age. Why? Because vitamin A is critical for eye health, especially when it comes to night vision and protection against macular degeneration, a condition that affects over 11 million Americans. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, that means if reading small print, recognizing faces, or driving at dusk has become harder lately. It may not be just age. It may be a sign your eyes are starving for the nutrients they used to take for granted. But carrots do more than protect your vision. They're also packed with antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, the same kind of damage that stiffens blood vessels, slows nerve transmission, and throws off your balance. Ever felt dizzy stepping off a curb, unsteady on stairs, or unsure when reaching for something on a shelf? That's not clumsiness. That's your nerves misfiring. And carrots, believe it or not, help restore that communication. They protect your tiny nerve endings. They promote stronger brain-to-muscle signaling. And that translates into steadier walking, better reflexes, and fewer scary stumbles. Plus, carrots also boost your immune system, which naturally declines after 60. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, vitamin A enhances the activity of white blood cells and helps seniors recover from infections faster. Let me share a story. A woman in her 70s, widowed, living alone, came to me complaining that she no longer trusted her steps outside. She'd stopped walking to the market. She was afraid of falling. I asked her about her meals. She hardly ate any vegetables and never touched carrots. We added just one handful of steamed carrots per day. That's it. Not fancy. 2 weeks later, she came back smiling. She was moving quicker, sleeping better, less nervous going out. She told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm standing taller." That's the magic of targeted nutrition. It's not hype, it's biology. So here's my challenge to you. Try adding carrots to one meal a day for the next 10 days. Grate it into soup, steamed as a side, or raw with hummus. Notice how your legs respond, your vision, your energy, and if you've already felt a difference from eating carrots, tell us in the comments. In the next section, we'll talk about a vegetable that may not be trendy, but has become a daily prescription in my practice for boosting circulation, brain clarity, and joint strength. Let's head into it. Number 5, the green powerhouse that clears your blood, protects your brain, and stabilizes your steps. Now, we come to one of the most underrated healing foods I recommend, almost everyday broccoli. It's not flashy, it's not fashionable, but if you're over 60 and serious about protecting your legs, brain, and joints, broccoli should be on your plate more often than not. Here's why broccoli belongs to the cruciferous family vegetables known for powerful anti-inflammatory and detoxifying effects. But broccoli holds a unique advantage. It's rich in sulforaphane, a natural compound proven to reduce cellular inflammation and protect against oxidative stress. What does that mean? In plain English, it means broccoli helps calm the internal fire that contributes to brain fog, poor circulation, joint stiffness, and even slow nerve signals that cause you to hesitate or lose balance. As we age, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes one of our greatest threats. It doesn't scream, it whispers, but it slowly breaks down the very systems that keep you moving and thinking clearly. Broccoli works like a silent firefighter, cooling that flame before it spreads. It also provides vitamin K for bone strength, calcium for muscle and nerve function, and fiber for digestive balance and blood sugar control. Let me tell you about a man named Harold. You may remember him from earlier. Harold, 72, was a retired truck driver. Every night, he ate mashed potatoes. He complained of cold feet, stiff knees, and wobbly balance. We made one change, swapped out the potatoes for a bowl of steamed broccoli. 2 weeks later, Harold reported warmer legs, less swelling, stronger footing. He said, "Doc, I don't dread the stairs anymore. That's the power of one right vegetable. And here's the bonus, broccoli also supports cognitive function. Sulforaphane, along with folate and antioxidants, helps keep brain cells firing smoothly, reducing the lag between brain and muscle. In fact, a study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that sulforaphane could protect against age-related cognitive decline and support faster neural communication. So, let me be blunt. If you're tired of feeling mentally sluggish, if your knees and ankles protest every time you stand, if stairs make you hesitate, broccoli is not a side dish anymore. It's your defense strategy. Just don't ruin it by overcooking. Lightly steam or saute in a teaspoon of olive oil. Too much boiling will destroy sulforaphane, the very thing you need. Try adding 1 cup of broccoli 3 to 4 times a week. Roasted, steamed, or tossed into soups. Your balance, your brain, your bones, they'll all thank you. Next up, we're heading to a leafy green that's not only good for your circulation, it's a game changer for your reflexes, coordination, and vision. Let's talk spinach. Number 6. Spinach, the leafy green that recharges your brain, blood, and balance. There's a reason spinach has survived generations of medical advice because it works. But most people only think of it as a healthy green. What they don't realize is that spinach holds one of the most powerful keys to senior vitality, better circulation to the brain and legs. Here's how it works. Spinach is naturally rich in nitrates, plant compounds that convert into nitric oxide inside the body. Nitric oxide helps dilate blood vessels, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to flow where it's needed most: the brain, the heart, and the muscles that keep you balanced. And the older you get, the more crucial that becomes, because after 60, blood flow tends to slow down. That means your muscles don't recover as fast. Your brain doesn't get the oxygen it used to, and small lapses in circulation can lead to slower reflexes, lightheadedness, poor coordination, and an increased risk of falls. What spinach does is restore that flow. It opens up pathways inside your vascular system. It nourishes tired muscles, and it sharpens the connection between your brain and your feet, which is exactly what you need to walk steadily and confidently. But circulation isn't the only gift spinach brings. It's also loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 plant pigments that protect the eyes, especially the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. That means better night vision, clearer reading, less strain behind the eyes, and a lower risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of blindness after age 65. Add to that its vitamin K for bone strength, folate for cognitive support, and magnesium for nerve relaxation, and you've got a nutritional trifecta tailored for aging bodies. The best part? Spinach is flexible. You don't need to eat a mountain of it. Just a small handful a day sautéed, blended into smoothies, or added to soups can deliver real results over time. The key is consistency. Spinach doesn't act like a drug. It works like fuel, quiet, steady, life-giving. So, if your legs feel sluggish, if your eyes are straining, if you've lost a bit of quickness in your steps or thoughts, spinach may be one of the most direct and natural ways to support your body without side effects, without gimmicks, and without complicated routines. Here's a simple habit. Add a handful of spinach to one meal each day for the next 2 weeks. Notice your energy, your steadiness, your clarity. Because in a world full of pills and products, sometimes the strongest medicine is still a plant. Next up, we'll bring it all together. Let's review what to avoid and what to eat more often to keep your body strong, sharp, and standing tall. Let's bring it all together. Over the past few minutes, you and I have uncovered something powerful, something that could change the way you move, think, and feel every single day. And it all starts with your vegetables. Here's the truth. Not all vegetables serve you after 60. Some slow you down, some fog your brain, some tighten your joints, but others, they help you walk taller, think clearer, and live longer with strength, clarity, and confidence. So, let's make it simple. 3 vegetables you should avoid after 60 white potatoes. High starch, raise blood sugar, weaken circulation. Eggplant, nightshade family, contains solanine, promotes joint stiffness. Green bell peppers, rich in lectins, irritate the gut, cause inflammation. Now, 3 vegetables you should eat more after 60 carrots. Protect vision, improve brain to muscle signaling. Broccoli, reduce inflammation, support joints and memory. Spinach, enhance circulation, boost reflexes, shield the brain. These changes may seem small, but they carry weight, because every meal you eat is a message to your body, a vote for or against your future. You are not a victim of aging. You are not too late, and you are not powerless. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. Now, all that's left is one choice. Will you protect your strength, or will you ignore the warning signs? If this video gave you even one useful insight, type "I choose strength" in the comments. Let the world know you're not giving in. And if you know someone, a parent, a friend, a neighbor who's struggling with weakness, stiffness, or foggy thinking, send them this video, because what we eat is no longer just about health. It's about independence, dignity, and freedom. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on notifications. We're building a community that supports each other and growing older, stronger, not weaker. And now, I want you to imagine something. What if the pain in your legs, the stiffness in your back, the fog in your head, wasn't just aging? What if it was the result of one simple habit, something you're doing every evening without even thinking? In the next video, we'll uncover one dinner time mistake that's destroying sleep, spiking inflammation, and putting your heart and brain under stress every single night. Make sure you don't miss it. Until then, remember, you're not broken. You're still here, and your body is still listening. Feed it wisely. Live with strength, and never, ever stop believing in your power to heal.